Hi, my YouTube people. Welcome to today's newest Tarot Extravaganza. If you're new to my channel, Tarot Extravaganza is basically where I read more than one person in the same reading or more than one event situation. So sit around, grab a snack, grab a drink. I've got my coffee here, so let's have some tea and chat or some coffee and chat, whatever. If you're new to my channel, I'm Lamarr Townsend. I'm a psychic and energy channeler, a tarot reader, and astrologer, as well as a psychic medium, among many other things. I sew, I make jewelry, I love creating in general. So if you'd be interested in a reading from me, I do a lot of different readings. Check out my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com. I also do classes. This is my website, so once you've reached this page, you know you're on the right page. I did create my website, design my website myself, so follow me on my Twitch where I do monthly horoscope readings. Also check out my YouTube, my Patreon, become a member of my Patreon, and also check out my Spotify, my podcast. Also, you can scroll down and view all of the reviews from people who have verified purchase readings from me, and also follow me on Instagram and my Facebook. You can go directly to the store section of my website. This is where you would go to purchase a reading from me, and this is where you would go to view all the rates, services, and products that I do offer. As you can see, I do quite a lot. I do compatibility birth chart readings if you want to compare your natal chart to someone else's. I also do mediumship readings if you want to connect to your ancestors and spirit guides. I do past life readings if you want to learn about your past lives. I do phone psychic tarot readings, email psychic tarot readings, video recorded psychic tarot readings. I do candles. I do tarot classes. Alright. I also sew, and I make washcloths, and I sell African black soap, both of which are really good for dry, sensitive skin, prone skin like mine, or eczema, those who suffer from psoriasis as well. So definitely check out my website for all different types of things. I'm always adding to it. I do plan on adding new classes soon and things of that nature. So thank you all for being here. We have quite a few things to read here, quite a few events to get through, so I don't want this video to be too long because, of course, as usual, I am busy and I have personal readings and clients to get to as well. So, I've been trying to keep up with uploads. It's not just my YouTube where I'm like, so busy I can't upload as often. It's also my other social media platforms, and I'm also thinking about creating another YouTube channel, which, I'm not going to say what, but, there's a lot going on behind the scenes. You know how some people say there's a lot going on behind the scenes, but there's nothing really going on behind the scenes. There's a lot going on behind the scenes over here at Lamarr Townsend Tarot. Good things. So thank you all for being here. We're going to get into Sherri Sheppard first. Sherri Sheppard has been having her thing with the Wendy Williams show. She got her own show recently, and the Wendy Williams show is, I guess, canceled, allegedly. So that's, sad. We also have Queen Elizabeth, who seems to be going through a weird situation. Things are getting canceled. Allegedly she got, the virus. So there's a lot going on with her. And then we just also had a Pluto Return, which I did a video on and talked about. And I did pull a card, and I also did a conversation with a fellow friend that I uploaded. It was an Instagram live I did, but I want to do a reading on what can we expect for the Pluto Return moving forward. This is all part one. If you want to see part two, there's a lot going on with Ukraine and Russia. I did a reading a couple weeks ago on Vladimir Putin. Check that out. And I think I did a reading in part two on Russia, so check that out. Become a member of my YouTube channel to get all these, part two exclusives. But in part two of this video, of this Tarot Extravaganza, we will be doing a reading on a World War III. Is there going to be a World War III? Which, we might go into depth a bit more on Patreon. The YouTube membership is different than Patreon, completely different content. So every platform has its own content with me. Anyways, I feel like I've talked enough. Let's go ahead. Let me get my table organized. I just finished eating lunch, and I've, got to get my sage and stuff. So let's take a quick break. It'll only be a second for you. But, take this second to grab your snack, your drink, your coffee, your tea, whatever you're into. And let's get into these readings, honey. Alright? And remember, if you want a personal reading, lamarrtownsendtarot.com. I am available, and I would love to read for you. By the way, I got a couple messages from y'all saying that I predicted it came true for Todrick Hall recently. I guess he was on Big Brother or something like that. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with him at all, but maybe check out my Todrick Hall reading. and see if it predicted it came true, because I got a message today about that. But Sherri Sheppard has been taking over for Wendy Williams, and apparently a lot of people like Sherri. I haven't been watching the Wendy Williams show for a couple years now, so, you know, but good for Sherri. Alright. And I just want to see what's coming up for Sherri. Let's see. Thank you for cleansing, clearing the energy of this deck. Can you pass reading? Amen, amen, amen. It has been green lighted, I believe, allegedly, you know, that she is getting her own show. So let's just see what's in store for Sherri Sheppard. Interestingly enough, she's kind of dressed like Wendy in this picture here. You know, she's got the boobs pushed up, the waist cinched. It's giving very Wendy. Let's see. What's coming up for Sherri Sheppard? What message do the angels, ancestors, protectors, spirit guides have? I get the Page of Swords, so this could be new territory for her. But with the Two of Cups coming out, the audience does love her, and I think Sherri loves the audience. Sherri loves the love that the audience is giving her at this time. Remember to like the video, share, subscribe, follow. It's a very nice day here in Virginia. What's the weather like where you are? I get the Eight of Pentacles showing up in Sherri's placement of her self-image, how others see her. Others see her as a hard worker, ironically. There's a little bit of surprise energy or a respectful energy towards her ability to take such a difficult situation and make something out of it that seems to be long-lasting or seems to be effective. So she's being seen in a very positive light in terms of her industry, the career, entertainment. But also, she's also building a reputation, or further, more trusting reputation, long-lasting reputation with the public eye. Alright? All in all, good for her reputation in terms of her career. I would say definitely over these next 8 weeks, 8 months in particular, definitely 8 years even. I get another 8 of Wands showing up in her placement of money, finances. They're going to work her. You know, she's going to be a workhorse. She's going to have to be a workhorse. I don't think it's easy having your own show in general. A talk show maybe specifically. I don't think it's easy to also have your own, or to take over the Wendy show. So they're working her. I see a lot of press releases or press junkets, press events, a lot of press coming up for her, maybe even award shows. I don't know why I see her. She could win some sort of award, maybe. I hear best co-host. I wonder if she's going to have a co-host or something like that. Or, I don't know what that means. But anyways, I get the High Priestess showing up in her placement of communication, intellect, the mind. Her young childhood to young adult years. This could be something she's always longed for, secretly wished or hoped for. Maybe to have her own show, maybe to have her own talk show, to have her own consistent job where she can talk, communicate, use her mind. Maybe. Like she's worked towards this in some way, shape, or form. And I think she had a stint on The View, correct? Maybe even that, I would say, trained her. But there's something where she's kind of comfortable where she's at. Maybe, at first she had a little bit of the jitters. But there's something that just feels right. And I'm hearing, like, maybe particularly with her sense of humor, too. It's like, oh, they get my humor. Like, this is, great. And I think there's more opportunities coming for Sherri. I think Sherri has officially, she can never be Wendy. No one could ever be Wendy. But I think she's officially marked her territory as Wendy's. Everyone's been saying, who's the new Wendy? Who's the new Wendy? It's Sherri. Okay? Now, is Sherri replacing Wendy? Meaning, like, being literally the new Wendy? No, replacing Wendy in the sense of being the new daytime diva. Alright? And a black daytime diva at that. Pay attention to that. There's something about that. A black woman, black female, relatable. Even though she, has on these beautiful gowns and beautiful wigs or whatever she's got going on. You know, still relatable to all people, you know. So good for you, Sherri. And I think this is a good, you know, I hate using the word replacement, but I think, you know, Sherri is a good replacement for Wendy. The loss of Wendy, right? I get the Four of Cups. I think that, you know, there's something about Sherri where she could actually bring in more impactful guests too. I think there was something about Wendy where, in terms of guest appearances and people making, you know, their marks on her show, there was a little bit of apprehension from, you know, certain people, like, oh, the Wendy show, I don't know if she likes me, or I don't know how she's gonna act, or, you know, I don't know if we want, you know, potential bad publicity, you know, while we're doing this new campaign for our movie or CD or whatever, you know, kind of thing. But with Sherri, I think it's like less of that apprehension. She may be juggling between two things though. It may be this new show coming up and something else that she wants to do. I don't know, maybe stand up, I get. Like, there's going to be other things she's going to want to do and capitalize off of this new opportunity. So I don't think it's just the Sherri Sheppard show. I get the Six of Pentacles. I think, you know, moving forward, Sherri's going to be a big success with the audience, with the people, definitely. Lots of money, sponsorships coming in for her. But I don't know why I see co-hosts. So I think maybe like there's something about bringing other people into the picture. All right. I don't know if there's other people in the picture, because there's also three people, 3 women, 3 female figures or feminine energies here. We may see that, like a panel. You know, I'd be interested to see what the Sherri Sheppard show will actually look like. I get the Ten of Cups though. There's something about family for Sherri that could change. There could be a transformation coming up in that way. Maybe it could it's definitely something positive with the Ten of Cups. It could be her literal family though, or it could be her work family. Like a family that she builds around, just like Wendy had her team of people, you know, that loved being on the show. If you watch the after shows, Sherri may be able to create that as well. Definitely new opportunities, other opportunities coming for her. With the Ace of Pentacles coming up. So this is just the start for Sherri Sheppard. I get the Ten of Swords though. So the show could start big, and you know, it may need to figure itself out in time. But if it doesn't figure itself out in time, there could be a loss of interest, or there could be a fear of this down the line. So I would say, Sherri, try not to put too much pressure on yourself, and diversify. There's a need for you to be open to diversifying. This show is going to also be a good opportunity for you to meet people face to face, maybe that you thought you would never meet, talk to, interact with. Definitely is going to bring in new connections for you, and something about you learning the ropes. But overall, I get the Nine of Pentacles for Sherri, so this is just good overall for your career, wherever this takes you. Whether, you know, your show lasts 14 seasons like Wendy's, or, you know, you move on to something else eventually. I think all the possibilities are open and endless for you, okay? So that's what I see for Sherri. Let's go ahead and look into Queen Elizabeth next. Okay, next we've got Queen Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth has her own things going on. It seems like there's things going on behind the scenes. Speaking of things going on behind the scenes that we aren't fully being told. We've been told she's allegedly gotten the virus. You know, things have been canceled, but she's doing okay. But there's still suspicions. I believe Hollywood Unlocked, did a story that may or may not have been true, that she had passed away. So I'm just like, what is going on with Queen Elizabeth, child? Let's see. Thank you for cleansing and clearing the energy of this deck from any past readings. In the name of the Mother, the Daughter, the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. Amen, amen, amen. Because we've, on this channel, I've done quite a few readings on Queen Elizabeth and the royal family. I have a whole, not podcast, but I have a whole playlist on my YouTube channel, literally dedicated to all the readings I've done on the royal family. So now I'm like, oh man, I have to go look back at all those readings. and see, did I predict something that's happening right now? Let's see, what's going on with Queen Elizabeth II? What is the truth of what's going on with Queen Elizabeth II? Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow if you want a reading. I am available at LamarrTownsendTarot.com. And if you want to see part 2, become a member of my YouTube channel by clicking the join button. Also, check out my Patreon, where I also do extra exclusive content different from memberships on YouTube. Get the Five of Pentacles. There's definitely discord around her over, I get maybe what to do with her, how to properly take care of her. There's something about following protocol, but I get times have changed. So it's almost like whatever protocol has been put in place, if something were to happen to the Queen, I'm wondering, has it been updated? Or like, was it updated for this time frame? Or there's definitely discord going on around her. With it being a Five of Pentacles card, it could possibly deal with money, finances, personal belongings, ownership of things. In this case, it would be ownership of duties, I feel like. I get the Tower, you guys, and the placement of money, personal belongings. Something unexpected has happened, or is going on, definitely. I'm wondering if other things have been canceled, or if not, it's like there's a possibility that they will be canceled. I get the Ace of Cups and the placement of emotions, family, the home. Or not, I'm sorry, communication, intellect, the mind. The Devil, though, I get the emotions, family, and the home. There could be snakes in the grass with Queen Elizabeth, particularly dealing with family. I feel like particularly with whoever is underneath her in terms of next of kin, like who's to take over the duties should something happen to her. There's like a little bit of like snake oil energy, or snake energy a little bit. It's like maybe they don't know what they're fully doing, or it's like they're doing something for the wrong reasons. It's just toxic. There's something toxic going on within the family, I think. I get the Page of Wands. This definitely could be a grandchild, or one of the children would be an Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy. Get the Justice card. I have to be honest, this is all alleged for entertainment purposes only. I literally just heard she's not going to make it, or she may not make it. Get the Page of Pentacles. If she does make it, or if she does recover, there's going to be certain duties that are going to have to be passed over to someone else, irregardless. Like, there is a bit of health declining in general, I think, is a possibility here. I get the High Priestess in the actual placement of evolution, change, death. This could be spirit. This could be her already in the spiritual realm, allegedly, possibly. Or there's a connection to maybe being in an in-between state. But with the Tower card coming out, you guys, and the Devil card in these placements, I think either way there's something about not being able to fulfill her regular duties. Maybe she hasn't been able to fulfill her regular duties for a while now. Maybe we haven't been told it, once again, allegedly, like I was saying earlier. Or there's something where this is a recent occurrence, maybe particularly due to her illness, the virus. Alright. Eventually the truth will come out. It just has to. It may take 3 weeks, 3 months. Alright, I don't think it would take as long as November, December, but maybe there's something about November, December that could be prominent, or maybe even prominent of 3 months ago to last November, December. Alright, so this could go either way, but I don't know why I literally just saw R.I.P., like rest in peace, like what the date she was born, and then, like the date she passes. So I don't know, you guys. Some weird energy going on with Queen Elizabeth. There could be worries over long-term health. declining health. I get the Ace of Swords. There will be, you know, things will be found out in the Ace of Pentacles as the last card. I don't know why I get this as a passing of the crown. We definitely could hear something within 12 weeks, 12 months. It's interesting, you know, the High Priestess is usually a good card, but if you've taken a tarot class with me, you know this can be spirit. A spiritual, you know, a spiritual being, meaning someone who's not physically living, but is a strong spiritual being, and someone who's a matriarch, is the High Priestess. You know? So I believe she definitely is a High Priestess in the physical, but she is and will be a High Priestess in the spiritual as well. So I don't know. I'm kind of worried about Queen Elizabeth, but we'll end this reading here on this note and just wish her the best either way, you know, and hope that the truth comes out soon as to what is going on. Alright, so we send the royal family love and light, and Queen Elizabeth as well, and the UK and all those affected by this situation with Queen Elizabeth. Alright, let's go ahead and round this reading off, part 1 off, with ending on what can we expect for this Pluto return coming up. Or actually, no, that's past. We had a Pluto return on February 22nd, 2022, and I just want to see what can we expect moving forward. As of today, it's currently February 25th, 3 days later. So let's see. Alright, I don't know if you know this. I did 2 recent videos on this, but we just recently had a Pluto return, specifically for the United States. It was prominent, but it was an all over the world event. We're all being affected by it, and it's interesting, you know, for example, we'll get into this in part 2, but you know how this whole thing with the Ukraine and Russia is happening right after Pluto has its recent return. But anyways, I want to do a reading as to see what other things can we expect for this upcoming, you know, this Pluto return that we just had. Alright, so let's go ahead and cleanse the cards. Thank you for cleansing and clearing the energy of this deck. Many past readings. In the name of the Mother, the Daughter, the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. Amen, amen, amen. What can we expect for after this Pluto return that we just recently had? What other prominent things can we expect all over the world after this recent Pluto return event on February 22nd, 2022? Make sure you guys like the video. Thank you for being here once again. I think that was my phone. I thought I turned it on silent. I'm talking like the phone can do it itself. Turn it on silent. Turn yourself on silent. I wish. I wish. Alright, I get the Temperance card. So there's something about this Pluto return that has brought us this semblance of people staying in their own lanes and understanding the importance of staying in your own personal lane. And if you don't know what your lane is, figuring it out at this time. Pluto is the planet of change and transformation, evolution, spiritual change specifically, and evolution. Alright, are you where you need to be spiritually in your life, or have you been stuck or stagnant for a long time? If not, you know, if you've been stuck or stagnant, this Pluto return most likely is going to uproot you to figure out where you need to be to figure out your lane in life. I get the Sun card showing up in the placement of money, finances, and personal belongings. So this Pluto return definitely could open up financial doors and opportunities for a lot of people as well. Alright. But there may be a need to seek out these opportunities. It's kind of like the energy of seeking, ye shall find, right? I get the Knight of Wands. Things that people realize have been holding them back, have been holding you back. Behaviors, thought processes. All of these things we're going to realize we need to change. It's kind of like the energy of if you've been single for years, it's finally looking at yourself and looking at the deeper parts of yourself and realizing, oh, that's why I've been single this whole time. I need to work on this. I need to work on that with myself. So this Pluto return is facilitating this change in us that needs to happen to get to the next stage of life. Because that's what Pluto wants. Pluto wants us to get to the next stage of life. It's, similar to, or the opposite, but similar to Taurus. The next stage of life for a Taurus is about, acquiring more money, acquiring more things, acquiring a bigger house, acquiring nicer things. Like, that's how you are, or surrounding yourself with nicer people, experiences. Like, that's Taurus and how you've been able to level up in life. But with Scorpio, the opposite of Taurus, it's more so what growth have you had within yourself, and that's what it is being facilitated within us. Again, a Knight of Swords showing up in the placement of emotions, family, the home. This definitely could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, or Cancer. This could be an Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, or Gemini energy. The youth could rise up. The youth could be prominent in some way, shape, or form. We may see the youth in particular, whereas, from what, the late 2010s and backwards, maybe, it's been about, you graduate high school, you get a job, you get a career, or you graduate high school, you go to college. We may see the youth change that dynamic, and prove past generations wrong. I feel like particularly Generation Z, could be millennials as well, but I feel like more so Generation Z, yeah, definitely. Alright? I also feel like more people are going to work from home or work at home, be around family more, be around children, see their children actually grow up, rather than spending, what seems like every waking day in the office away from their children. Alright, we're going to see a more empowered youth, I feel like, in that way. Something about a focus on the youth. There could be stagnancy with jobs, actually. A focus on long-term health issues, illnesses. But there definitely could be a change in the job structure, change in the job market. May be hard to find jobs for some people in certain fields. This could show up particularly within the next 6 weeks, 6 months, definitely by July, August, September. Change in relationships. If you are not heading in the same direction spiritually or life-wise, as the person you're dating or married to, there may be a split. It's now about being evenly spiritually yoked with your partner. If you're not even, and I've been saying this for so long, it seems like in my personal readings, it's about finding someone you're evenly spiritually yoked with. Now, sometimes in the cards for someone prominently, it'll show you need also a mental connection, with your partner. You need an emotional connection with your partner. You need a partner that, that has, or a partnership that has a bit more freedom and fun. Or you may need a partnership where, there's a bit of separation. You have your life, they have theirs, kind of thing. Everyone is different, but there's a theme moving forward of being evenly spiritually yoked. That's going to be the foundation and center. Alright, that's necessary. Change is imminent in terms of love, people following their passions, people following who they love, regardless of what that looks like. People finding long-term loves. Once again, people, doing what they love, genuinely doing what they love, what makes them happy. And that may mean quitting your 9 to 5. That may mean moving out of your town, city, state that you've lived in all your life. This is going to happen for some people. People are going to be moving, taking chances, taking risks. I would say particularly over these next 9 weeks, 9 months. Definitely as we get further towards the end of 2022. Seeing a lot of people moving. Don't be surprised if you see people moving into your neighborhood, and it's like, whereas in the past you would say, oh, where are you moving from? Oh, just a couple states over, or so and so town or city. But you made people here start saying, oh, I moved from across the ocean. I moved from a different country. I moved from a third world country. Like, we're going to start to see more of these things with this Pluto return. Different walks of life, different cultures of people. Alright. I'm seeing something about the job market could get difficult. People may have to change fields, change careers. People are going to be challenged to do that. Alright. Certain, industries could, I don't want to say die, maybe die out, could waver, could struggle a bit. There's going to be a focus on health, maybe health care, a lot lobbying for change in these systems, or lobbying for change in any structural systems that are no longer working for the new world. But ultimately, this Pluto return is bringing a sense of spirituality, people connecting deeper to their spiritual selves. What feels right to them? If eating meat just doesn't feel right anymore, you're going to see people change up their diets. If living where you've lived for your whole life doesn't feel right anymore, you're going to see people up and move. We're just going to go for it and follow our spirits, our guts, all right, our intuition, as we in this spiritual realm like to call it. All right, you guys, that has been this tarot extravaganza. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you want to get into part 2, where I will be checking in on the energy of World War III, are we going to have a World War III? What is going on with this whole, situation, with Ukraine versus Russia, and, now the U.S. wants to get involved. What is going on? Let's get into that in part 2. Remember, if you want a personal reading from me, I am available on my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. I'll see you in the next video. I'll see you in part 2, or I'll see you in your own personal reading. Either way, I'll see you soon. Love and light, and God bless. And make sure to like, share, subscribe. Until next time.